Okay, quick disclaimer before you watch this video. It's an hour and a half long. I reacted to 10 videos. I reacted to every single Chen video on ChenTube, and I went in-depth vocal analysis. I went full vocal coach mode. I talked about his technique. I talked about the good things he's doing. He didn't really do any bad things because he's freaking amazing and like literally one of the best singers ever in the entire world. But I did talk about maybe some things that we could improve on. You know, I was constructive. I think it's a pretty good video. It's my most in-depth vocal analysis video of any EXO member. So just know that before you watch this video, that's what you're getting into. Of course, I do listen to the songs, obviously. It's my first time listening to all of them. I do kind of have some heartfelt moments. I do fall in love with Chen, obviously, but I don't know what it is. I was just in a vocal coach mood today, so this is a very, like, detailed analysis type video. So there's going to be some pausing, some rewinding, but I hope you enjoy it. I just wanted to give you that quick disclaimer if you're not in the mood for like a vocal coach, like technique-y type video, maybe watch it another day. And also grab some popcorn, grab a drink. It's kind of a marathon. All right, regular intro. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin, and today is day 4 of my Chen Appreciation Week. Welcome back. Today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at ChenTube. I'm going to be taking a look at his YouTube channel, and why not? I'm just going to react to every single video that he has posted on his YouTube channel. There's only 10, so like this video will be less than an hour long, but it's Chen. It's Chen. It's Chen. The video could be 4 hours long, and I know you wouldn't complain because freaking Chen. We love him. Jongdae is like literally everybody's like, everybody has a soft spot for him. I love him so much. This week has just confirmed how much I love him. Anyway, without further ado, if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. Check out my EXO playlist. I have over 100 EXO reactions, I think like 150. I'm a huge EXO-L. I love all of the members. Handsome, 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 handsome. All of them. EXO's my life. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I love EXO. But today is all about Jongdae. I will get back to the EXO reactions soon after Jongdae week is over. My next EXO reaction is going to be this one. Miracles in December album reaction. And I'm going to have a special guest for that video. Mau Mau. Yes. Anyway, let's go. All right, the first video on ChenTube that we're reacting to is a cover from Park Hyo Shin. The song is called Breath. I haven't ever heard this song, but I think Park Hyo Shin is someone who has been recommended to me several times. I think there's a song called Flower or something. I don't remember, but that is a name that I definitely recognize and has been recommended, so I may react to them in the future. But for now, let's watch Chen's beautiful cover. I'm assuming, I mean, I know it's going to be beautiful, but I haven't heard it yet. Hi, Jongdae. The black hair. He looks great. Ugh. He's got so much support in his lower end. His low notes are so underappreciated. We don't talk about his low notes enough. The resonance he has in his voice. Ugh. Are you gonna make me cry? It's literally the first song, Chen.
속에 나 홀로 잠들어 다시 오는 아침에 눈을 뜨면 웃고프다.
His voice is so special. His voice is the result of natural born talent and years of hard work and dedication and training. As a vocal coach, I say this all the time. Anybody can learn how to sing. Singing is not like, it's like anything else. It's like cooking. Anybody can learn how to be a decent cook. Anybody can learn how to be a decent singer. But there are some people that are just born with natural, just God-given talent and a gift for expression. And Chen is one of those people. His voice just touches you in a way that it's just hard to describe. I'm only 1 minute and 30 seconds into the song and I've already goosebumps all over my entire body. It feels like a spiritual experience. It's like something you feel in your soul. He's just special. His voice is so special, and EXO is so lucky to have him as just... Gonna try not to cry though.
두렵지 않다면 나처럼 오늘 같은 날 마른 줄 알았던 오래된 눈물이 흐르면 잠들지 않는 내 작은 가슴이 숨을 쉰다.
If his version is this good, what does the original version sound like? Like, this is a hard song to sing. It's very emotionally demanding. It's very dynamic. The range is pretty wide. Not anybody can just go and sing the song, so it makes me wonder how good the original is. I'm sure the original is also amazing. All right. He's killing it.
끝도 없이 먼 하늘 날아가는 새처럼 뒤돌아보지 않을래. 이 길 넘어 어딘가 꿈이 힘없이 멈춰 있던 세상에 비가 내리고 다시 자라나는 그 하루를 살아. 오늘 같은
They dropped all of the music out for just a second to emphasize the power of his voice. I love that. This is going to be a hard video for me to film because my face is going to be doing all kinds of ugliness, stank face. Probably going to be crying by the end of the video. It's the Jongdae effect. He's literally one of the most talented vocalists I've ever heard. And his vocal technique is perfect, amazing, superb, like world-class vocalist. So jealous. All right.
두렵지 않다면 너처럼 오늘 같은 날 마른 줄 알았던 오래된 눈물이 흐르면 잠들지 않는 이 어린 가슴이 숨을 쉰다. 고단했던 내 하루가 숨을 쉰다.
Well then, good job. Good job, sir. Speechless. Next time, in the next video we watch on CHEN'Tube, pay attention to his body language. Like the subtle things he does, like when he's going to hit a higher note, you'll notice he kind of like raises his neck. He kind of like brings everything forward, like almost as if like reaching to hit the note. And that's like a very like mental subconscious thing, raising the eyebrows, raising the mouth to like a smile. The point is, his technique is incredible. It's clear that he's spent years of his life training probably with some of the best vocal coaches, and he just has natural talent. He's just an incredible vocalist. There's still 9 other videos I need to react to in this video, so I'm gonna not gush about his voice. I mean, I am, but I'm not gonna go super in depth every single time. Otherwise, this video will be 4 hours long, and I know you won't complain, but it's for me. It's for my mental health. I'm gonna enjoy the videos, gonna relax, going to listen to possibly one of the best singers of all time. Hello. Hi. And I hope you enjoy it. Just relax. Maybe grab a drink. Maybe grab a snack. Maybe grab some Kleenex. Because this is good. This is great. All right, day 4. All right, next up is Amaranth Live, which is a B-side from his Dear My Dear album, which we just reacted to. So I'm very familiar with this song. Let's go.
시작하겠습니다. 둘이 거닐던 거리에 너는 짙어져 가면 잠시 내 두 눈에 담아서 그댈 기억해요. 눈이 내리던 거리에
It's like a lullaby.
그댈 떠나보내고 작은 흔적들만 남아서 나를 Sorry. Low notes, if you've been on my channel for a minute, you know that low notes, it's sexy. And especially like low singing. Listen to that again. 남아서 나를 울게 해요. 고운 두 눈에 맺힌 이슬방울을 어제 따온 구름 조각에 담아서 그대 마음이 혹시 말라갈 때면 붙잡아서 다시 적셔줄게요.
His voice is just like floating. It's just so effortless. It just... Oh, sir. you also notice like how just still he is, how composed he is, how he's just standing there very calm and just opening his mouth, and the music is just falling out like it's nothing for him. And it is nothing for him. Like, this is just like breathing. But it's super, I don't know, that's just super important, because a lot of times singers are like nervous and they're like fidgeting or playing with their hands, and like those little things can like mentally take you out of a performance. And he's just in it. Like, you can tell he's just in the zone. So he's actually not very expressive with his brows. A lot of times singers, when they go to hit higher notes, they'll like raise the brow, raise. He's actually not very expressive when he's singing this. Like in his face, he's into the song and he does like some neck lifts, he does some mouth lifts, but he's not super expressive with his upper brows, which isn't a bad thing. It's just interesting. It's really interesting. He has such composure and such control. He's able just to like look down, straight-faced, music, which is really interesting. It's really interesting. He's like 110% just in the zone. So I love that. And then a little bit of a sigh. You saw his shoulders drop. So that's kind of like his nailed it. That's kind of like what he's doing there non-verbally. Yeah, that I don't have words. Amazing, phenomenal. CHEN'S, man, CHEN'S. The next one is Gift, which is a cover from Mellow Mance. All right, this is Gift, and some people on Twitter have recommended that I react to the original artists as well, so I may do that in the future, but not today. Today's video is all about Chen. So this is Gift, which is a cover from an artist called Mellow Mance. Hi, sir. You're looking bright and beautiful. Hey. All right. It's a little bit more upbeat. Showing off his versatility. Ah. the whole concert at this point. Okay. I'm not a religious person. However, this is a gospel singer. I really want him to do some gospel music because his voice, oh my God. He would just be an incredible gospel singer. His voice. And one thing is, I kind of wanted to touch on this as far as like his volume. Chen is kind of known for being a very loud boy, right? He's very loud. But not so much when he sings. You have to realize that everything is being amplified by a microphone. And so he has such precise control over his vocals. He doesn't sing any louder than he needs to sing for the microphone to pick it up properly. His belts are a little bit on like the louder side. He does tend to give more volume from his chest when he belts, and that's totally fine. That's kind of how we get the signature Chen sound. Chen's signature sound is definitely very forward, a little bit nasal. He has a lot of nasal resonance with his voice, but it's still powerful. It's still very well supported. It's still very chesty. It's just his placement is pretty forward and pretty nasal. And that makes his voice a little bit more piercing. And so sometimes if it's like a very high part, or if it's just like a very hype song, sometimes Chen's voice can almost be too much because his voice is very piercing, and you got to be careful. It can sometimes be like shrill, like if he's like yelling or screaming, like the behind the scenes and stuff when he's going crazy, like his voice just hurts your ears. But when he's singing, his control is just incredible, and his voice, he's probably, and I don't want to offend anybody because I don't like comparing, because every singer has value. Every person is valuable. Everybody's voice is unique. Everybody's voice is different. But if I'm just talking about like vocal technique, Chen's vocal technique is probably the best out of any like male idol that I've ever heard. Yeah, his technique it's phenomenal. But let's go back to church. Who? That's one thing. Sorry, I'm pausing again immediately. That's one thing I would like to see a little bit more out of Chen. I know that these are live, like these are like recorded vocal covers, and it's like for his YouTube, and it's like a very professional thing. I would like to see a little bit more like improvisation, a little bit more like ooh, and like, you know, just added little vocal flips or vocal moments just to kind of like play with it a little bit, maybe even like looking at the camera and just being a little spicy. These are kind of more like heartfelt songs, so maybe it's not appropriate there. Maybe we'll see some more like playfulness in some of the other covers, but it seems like so far ChenTube is just like, this is a phenomenal vocalist. Listen to him sing. But yeah, all right.
지나치던 것들이 이제는 마냥 내겐 예뻐 보이고 내 맘을 설레게 해. 항상 어두웠던 것들도 어딘가 빛나고
Okay. Look at his brows in this one. His brows are definitely more expressive. You can see he's doing some more raising, which it's just something that I notice, because if you notice about my facial expressions, like I'm very expressive. Like my eyes will get huge, my brows lift. I'm very expressive. He seems a little bit more chill when he sings, but those non-verbal things that we do can help, like lift the note if we lift. So yeah, he's doing that a little bit more here. He's definitely feeling the song. I love this. This is my favorite out of the ones I've reacted to so far.
준비된 선물 같아 자그마한 모든 게 커져만 가 항상 평범했던 일상도 특별해지는 이 순간.
Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm pausing so much. I have gone into like full-blown vocal coach mode at this point, and I am so sorry. But I do also want to point out his neck. Look at his neck, look at the muscles. Ideally, you don't want to see a lot of tension. I know like K-pop fans and people on Twitter are like, oh my gosh, look, his neck is popping out. That's like so sexy. But that's not a good thing. You definitely don't want to see that too often. I know like these men are fairly skinny and fairly in shape, so you're gonna see a little bit of that. But if the neck is like bulging out, that's actually a sign of tension, and that's a sign that maybe their vocal technique isn't as healthy as it should be. Typically, when you have that much tension, it's because you're pushing, and you're probably pushing just a little bit too hard. I wanted to point that out because if you look at his neck here, it's very calm. It's very neutral. He's hitting these higher notes. He's hitting these louder volumes with minimal strain. So once again, his technique, immaculate.
해지는 이 순간 yeah. 너를 알게 된 뒤 보이는 모든 것들이 너무 예뻐 보여.
Sorry. Oh my God, I am so sorry. I was also just noticing his Adam's apple, his larynx. He has a lot of manipulation with that too. So if you look at it, it moves a lot. It's going up and down quite a bit. So he's shifting into a more mixed voice frequently, which is very good technique. You don't want to push too high out of your chest. That can cause strain, that can cause damage. And you don't always want to be in your head voice or your falsetto, because that kind of gets, it's kind of like the same like thinner sound all the time. So yeah, he's using all parts of his voice, his falsetto, his head voice, his mixed voice, his chest voice. He's using all of them interchangeably, and super effective. He's just very expressive, and that's what makes him such a great singer. Is he knows his instrument, he knows his voice, he manipulates it in a way that is very natural, and that way when you hear him sing, it just sounds good, because he knows what he's doing.
그렇게 신나 나이처럼 순수한 사람이 된 것 같아. 나에게만 준비된 선물 같아. 자그마한 모든 게 커져만 가. 항상 평범했던 일상도 특별해지는 이 순간. 깊은 사랑에 빠진 순간.
And his vibrato, perfect. That piano, a little jazzy. This is definitely my favorite. I freaking loved this performance. I mean, this performance took me 12 minutes to get through because I stopped so much to gush about his vocals, but not sorry. Not sorry at all. All right, moving on. All right, next up is another cover, Please Love Her by Ha Dong Kyun. And I just want to say that Chen is looking exceptionally handsome here. Exceptionally handsome. All right. Hi, Chen. He's such a perfectionist, too. All right, where are we going?
잠깐 기다려 줄래 지금 데리러 갈게 왜 자꾸 울기만 하니 말해 말해 어디에 있니 네가
He's so quiet here. His voice, he's not singing much louder than this. It's like very quiet. And he's just letting the microphone just pick it up. They've got some really good preamps in there. They added some reverb. Like, he's not singing very loud at all. If you were in that room next to him, like, it's kind of like a lullaby type volume right now, which it's actually harder to sing at that quieter level. It's more difficult. So his control, his precision is once again phenomenal. That's the theme of this video. Chen is an amazing singer. Everything he does is perfect. Can't relate. All right.
너를 두고 갈 거니 집으로 데려다 줄게 가자 가자 바람이 차가우니까.
Yeah, and this one, the volume, like the mix is a little bit sounding weird to me. Not in his voice. It almost sounds like the instrumental is a little bit too loud, or they need to boost his vocals up because his voice isn't cutting through the mix as much here. It's kind of getting washed out a little bit from the instrumental.
너를 울리는 그 사랑이 너가
Yeah.
그렇게 좋으니 너는 모르지 너만 모르지 너를 사랑하는 내 맘은 걸음이 느린 내가 먼저 가지 못해서 내 자리를 뺏긴 아픈 사랑을 너의 웃는 모습이 누구보다 예쁜지 그 사람 알기나 하니 정말 정말 알고도 너를 울리니 이를 모르는 당신에게 부탁 하나만 하는데 사랑해줘요 사랑해줘요 내가 사랑하는 그녀를 당신이 나 대신에 가진 나의 그녀를
Oh, his microphone technique is really good too. He's kind of getting a little bit closer when he flips into like an airier, breathier sound so that it picks up more of like a just a closer effect. They could like boost it or edit it in like post processing, but he just instinctively from years and years of live performing, he just instinctively got a little bit closer to the microphone when he went to switch to that breathier, which is just incredible. It's just good microphone technique. Yeah.
가진 나의 그녀를 함부로 다룰 생각하면 안 돼요. 사랑해줘요. 내 마음도 몰라주는 그녀를 그녀가 사랑하는.
I feel like that was important for me to point out. Sorry, I skipped over it. He kept his mouth closed. Or sorry, he kept his teeth closed when he sang that note, and he sang the note through his teeth, which it's an interesting technique. It just gives it a little bit harder sound. It makes it feel a little bit more like angsty or like heartbroken. So just notice that he didn't have the space open. The sound was coming through the teeth too, and the nose.
내 마음도 몰라주는 그녀를.
See how he just kind of gritted and like bit down and just let that note be a little bit more aggressive. Super good, super amazing.
마음도 몰라주는 그녀를 그녀가 사랑하는 사람 당신이니까 나보다 많이 사랑해줘요. 다시는 울리지는 말아요.
Such a pretty song. There we go. Oh, I love that resolution, especially with the bass doing that. Man, this is really good. The only thing I would have changed about this one a little bit is maybe the mixing a little bit, but that's not CHEN'S fault. That's just, they could have just boosted something. I don't know. But that was amazing. I loved that performance. Also, sorry, this video is going to be long. I'm so sorry. All right, next up is a cover called All My Life by Park Won, of course, being performed by our dear Chen. Hold on. Okay, wow. His little riff he just did there down, it was so tight. I almost thought it was auto-tune overcorrecting, but it's just his voice.
너무 힘들어 삶에 지고 되는 것도 없고
Very tight, very small runs.
가족도 안 보이고 언제부턴가
It is a run, but that's more of like a flutter. He's just going like down. Man, that's really interesting. I like that.
나도 중요하지 않고 없진 않지만 더 많이 가져야 사랑도 이어갈 수 있는 이 세상에서 All of my life You are all of my life
Pay attention to his breathing here. Pay attention to the breathing. He's definitely... Okay, so his breath control is really good. In this song, he's definitely breathing more. He's gasping for air more than like the previous ones. And that's because he's expending a lot of air. If you listen to his vocal, it's very breathy. it's a lot of breath, which is the style of the song. But the more breath you expend, the more you have to breathe in, right? So that's why you're kind of hearing him gasping for air a little bit more, when normally his breath support is really good. It's just, I think maybe his phrasing here, there's some moments where he breathes at like super appropriate times and you don't really notice. And then there's some moments where he just takes a quick gasp. And usually if you work on a song for a long time, usually you can eliminate those gasps. You can just find better places or better times to breathe at. But it's not really that big of a deal. He sounds incredible.
그러고 보면 난 너를 만나 참 많이 변했어.
Also, the microphone is boosted so much. Every time he gasps for air, you can just hear it because the mic is turned up so loud because he's singing so softly and so breathy.
꿈이 생기고 네가 가진 꿈도 이뤄주고 싶었어. 나 그러려면 더 높은 곳에 올라가야만 했어. 더 많은 것들을 가져야 가능했어. 다 가질 때쯤 사랑보다 꿈이 더 커졌어.
Oh, that was kind of like a whisper.
꿈이 더 커졌어. All of my life 내가 힘이 들 때 You are all of
I need my light stick.
네가 날 채웠는데 다른 어떤 걸로 나를 채워봐도
Ooh, what was that? Hold on.
나를 채워봐도
Oh, he hit the wrong note there. That's the first time I've heard that.
너 나를 채워봐도
That's okay. I like that they didn't redo it.
채워지지가 않아. 그렇게 우리 바래왔고 간절했던 거잖아. 이젠 내 방에 가득한데 나도 아무것도 없는 방 안에서 넌 혼자
Ooh.
이렇게 주저앉아 울고 있었니. All of my life 넌 내 전부인데
I love
이
this.
모든 게 다 무슨 소용이 있는데 어디선가 이 노래
Hold on. That's one of the first times I've heard him add a little bit of distortion, a little bit of like chord tension there, to get kind of a more like gritty sound. It sounded so good.
무슨 소용이 있는데 어디
Right there. Did you hear that little bit of like, it sounded so good. Hold on.
어디선가 이 노래 듣게 된다면
Ooh.
All of my life
Falsetto, beautiful.
my life
Right back down to chest.
이 얘기가
Wow.
맞아.
Wow. I liked that little bit of rock edge that kind of peeked through there for a second. That was really good too. This is probably my second favorite. Oh, nice creepy resolution there too. I love this. There was the one moment where he just hit the wrong note. It just It is what it is. I love that they kept it in there. He probably doesn't love it though, because I know that Chen is a perfectionist, but it's super nice. Like, he's human. Everybody's human. You're not always going to be like 100. Like, I love the fact that this isn't just like, you know, like they could have auto-tuned to that note. They could have pitched it up. They could have used a melodyne or whatever, and they could have corrected that, but they chose not to. And sometimes that's some of the things that makes beautiful. His voice is so good, I can't even speak. That's sometimes imperfections and flaws make the song even more beautiful, especially in like a live performance setting, like an emotional setting. So yeah, that was really good. I really like that performance. And I really like that song. That song was incredibly beautiful, very well written. Unfortunately, ChenTube doesn't have captions on the videos, and that's totally fine, because for me, I'm focusing more on vocal technique, performance. If I was also reading the lyrics and trying to understand what he's singing about, it would be helpful from like a vocal delivery standpoint, knowing that you're connecting with the emotions that you're trying to convey. But as a reactor, that would be too much. It'd be too much. I'd probably be crying, because these songs all sound very emotional. Too much. But I have loved all of these so far. We're only halfway through, and the video's probably already like an hour long. Love that. I was thinking about breaking it up into 2 parts, like 5 videos today, 5 videos tomorrow, but XOLs love long videos, and it's Chen, so you're getting an over hour long video today. All right, next up is Flower and a bonus clip. I'm going to cut out the bonus clip because I think it's just him like unboxing like something. I think it's like, it looked like a YouTube award or something like that. And this video is all about the vocals in the live performances. So we're just going to react to Flower, the live. Let's go. Oh, he's in a booth now. Notice the difference between his little warm-up note and the actual note that you're hearing in the audio. That's the amount of like processing and reverb and like equalization and all of that processing that they've put on it, which it's not a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just wanting to point that out, okay? So that's what his voice sounds like in that room. It just sounds like that. And then when he goes to sing, you're going to notice it definitely sounds more professional, because it's going... You know what I'm saying. I just want to point that out, because so many times people hear their artists, their favorite idols singing and stuff, and they're like, oh my gosh, their voice sounds so good. And yes, their voice does sound good, but there's processing, there's effects, there's things that help just kind of push it a little bit further. Does that make sense? His voice is phenomenal. So good. And honestly, the effects they're using are pretty minimal. I just hear a little bit of equalization and some reverb, but that's all I hear. Just to kind of make, man. Yeah. I love this song. And he's got his water in the corner. That's very important. You got to stay hydrated while you're singing. Okay, this is a very difficult song to sing. I just want to say that, because the key of this song is very complex. There's a lot of accidentals. There's a lot of just a very difficult song to sing. So the fact that he's nailing this live, I'm not hearing any pitch correction. Amazing.
내를 담아 작은 꿈들이 되어 움츠려 있던 꽃잎이 하나 둘 피어온다 차갑게 얼어붙은 계절이
Ah, there's that rasp I love.
어느새 누가 내리듯 어쩌면 그렇게
He's got a lot of dynamics in his voice, like the crescendos and the swelling, and he's just got incredible control. His pitch is spot on. He's hitting the notes like right in the center of the note, and he's like hitting them perfectly. I can't. He's just...
내게 봄이 온다
I think every vocal coach needs to watch these videos.
목마른 나의 버팀이 되고 슬픔조차 결국엔 추억이 되어 내 마음에 화사한 꽃이 핀다 보드라운 봄빛 담아 아픔인 줄 알았던 눈물을 머금은 잎이 하나 둘 피어온다 차갑게 얼어붙은 계절이 어느새 누가 내리듯 어쩌면 그렇게 깊은 밤끝에
This song.
밝은 새벽이 시작되고 다시 아름답게 태어나 꽃이
Oh, look at his tongue. Not in a weird way, okay, guys. Calm down. I know my audience. Look at his tongue. He's keeping it down. He's keeping it flat, and it's... A lot of people have a tendency to like jut their tongue forward or bring it up, and that definitely messes with the sound. He's keeping it in a very relaxed position. Sounds so good.
밝은 새벽이 시작되고 다시 아름답게 태어나 꽃이 핀다 따스해진 해를 담아 작은 꿈들이 되어 움츠려 있던 꽃잎이 하나 둘 피어온다 차갑게 얼어붙은 계절이 어느새 녹아내리듯 기다린 봄날에
How is he human?
다시 피어온다
Goosebumps with that outro. So handsome. Okay, that was some of the best singing I have ever heard. Like in my entire life. Like that. It doesn't really get any better than that. I mean, there's like Dimash and like people who are like incredibly just superhuman. But like that, like CHEN'S level of singing is like, it just leaves you speechless, and it's just very effective. And I think CHEN'S biggest strength is his he just knows his voice. He knows what he can do with it. He knows how to control it. He has an ability. Oh my God, my hair's crazy. He has an ability to make you feel every word that he's saying, even if you don't know the lyrics, even if you don't know what he's saying, you still feel it. Yeah. 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 Yep. Amazing singer. This video is just, honestly, this is one of like my favorite videos I've ever made. I love talking about vocal technique. It's just, I'm not always in the mood. Like I don't always, sometimes I just want to listen to music and have fun and just look at cute boys and listen to K-pop, right? Um, but when you run into a phenomenal vocalist like Chen, I feel like it's important that I talk about what he's doing and that we take a minute to actually like appreciate how skilled he is, and like what he's doing is not, it's not easy to do. So many people hear Chen's voice and they're just like, whoa, yeah, like he's a good singer. But they don't really understand like all of the technical stuff that goes into it and all of the time and just, so yeah, I hope you're enjoying this video. I know it's definitely different than kind of my normal video. Yeah, and in the future, I hope to do more like vocal analysis type videos on the other members as well, a little bit more in depth, because Chen's not the only amazing singer in EXO. Obviously, they're all amazing. They all are amazing for different reasons. This is just Chen week, and God, he's good. He's good. Yeah. All right, next up is a cover from IU. I have only heard a couple of her songs, but I really like her. So this is called Through the Night. It's going to be interesting because if this was like a single with the title track, I'll probably eventually end up reacting to it. And then when I react to it, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is that Chen song. And then I'll probably piss everybody off. But it's an IU cover. Let's go.
네, 주세요. 이 밤 그날의 반딧불을 당신의 참 가까이 보낼게요. 사랑한다는 말이에요.
Oh, this is so natural.
난 우리의 첫 입맞춤을 떠올려.
Okay, this is the most natural one so far, and like this isn't a bad thing. I just want to say that like audio processing is amazing. It makes you sound even better. But this is the most natural one out of all of them. Like there's almost no effects on the microphone at all. Like this is his voice. This is what he would sound like if he was singing next to you. A little bit of reverb, but it's really important to bring that up. Chen is a phenomenal vocalist. I just said he's the best male vocalist in K-pop that I've ever heard as far as his technique. I like the production on this one a lot because it's very minimal. It's just like, that's his voice. That's what he sounds like when he sings.
그럼 언제든 눈을 감고 가장 먼 곳으로 가요. 난 파도가 머물던 모래 위에 적힌 글씨처럼 그대가 멀리 사라져 버릴 것 같아. 늘 그리워 여기 내 마음속에 모든 말을 다 꺼내어 줄 순 없지만.
Okay, sorry, I need to go on a rant. I'm so sorry. I need to go on a rant. Do you know how rare this is? Let's talk about it. Do you know how rare this is? K-pop is an industry that is obsessed with perfection. Perfection. You have to look perfect. You have to be skinny. You have to be model. You have to have perfect everything, perfect pitch, no flaws. They're very much selling something that doesn't exist. It doesn't. And Chen is out here doing something completely different. He has his own YouTube channel. He's uploading covers. This cover doesn't have any auto-tune. This cover doesn't have any vocal processing other than a tiny bit of reverb just to make it sound a little bit more echoey, just to fit with the track. He's literally out here just being himself, just singing in a world filled with over-processed, over-auto-tuned, over-polished everything. He's just like, no, this is just my voice. Do you know the balls that it takes to do that? To put yourself out like that? This man, this is like a power move. He's just like, I don't know how else I can say it. People don't do that. People in K-pop don't do that. Like, just put their real raw voices out there, no effects, like. And his attitude is very humble. Like, I think that he knows he's probably like one of the best singers of all time. I think he knows that, right? Otherwise he wouldn't put this out. But there's no cockiness. His videos aren't flashy. It's not like, oh my God, introducing the amazing vocalist. It's not like that. He's literally standing in front of a microphone. It's just his face. He's got his eyes closed most of the time. This is all about the music. This is clearly someone who's very passionate about music, someone who's very passionate about singing, which makes me very happy because that makes me think, regardless of what happens in the future, nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We never want anything bad to happen. But this makes me think that Chen is going to always be someone who sings. He's always going to be someone who does music because you can tell he very clearly loves it. I apologize for the long rant. But yeah, this is just a very special video to me. I love this. I do wish there was one cover on here that was a little bit more energetic, though. so beautiful. Ah, and then he smiled at the end. Ah, so freaking cute. I can't. Good job. Phenomenal job. Great job. I'm sure IU is proud. I haven't heard the original, but Jongdae's version, beautiful. So beautiful. All right, y'all. Next up is Every Day, Every Moment, which is originally a Paul Kim song. Again, I haven't heard any of these songs. This is my first time, so let's go. Oh, he's looking fine here.
네가 없이 웃을 수 있을까
Oh,
생각만 해도 눈물이 나
okay.
힘든 시간 날 지켜준 사람 이제는 내가 그댈 지킬 테니 너의 품은
Oh no, this kind of has like a little bit of like a country flair with like the instrumentation they're using, the guitars. Yeah, this is interesting. It's different.
너의 품은 항상 따뜻했어 고단했던 나의 하루에
I like this.
유일한 휴식처 나는 너 하나로 충분해 긴 말 안 해도 눈빛으로 다 아니까 한 송이의 꽃이 피고 지는 모든 날 모든 순간 함께해
Okay, I don't speak Korean, but his enunciation seems pretty good. Like his diction isn't lazy. He's not like slurring his words together and kind of like think of like Billie Eilish, right? She kind of does that, but like for stylish effect, right? And that's great. That works for her. I love that. But all of his words are crisp and clear, and you know the word that he's saying. It's very well pronounced. It's not lazy in any way. So his diction is really good, which I don't know if he has. Actually, I don't know if he has a musical theater background or not. I haven't heard of Chen doing any like musicals or anything that I'm aware of. But his voice, yeah, his voice would be really good for musical theater because it's just very clean, it's very clear, it's very expressive, loud. So yeah, he'd be great for musical theater.
햇살처럼 빛나고 있었지
I love this.
네 눈빛은
A lot of people might not like it because of the like country vibes,
꿈이라고 해도 좋을 만큼
but I love this.
그 모든 순간은 눈부셨다 불안했던 나의 고된 삶에 한 줄기 빛처럼 다가와 날 웃게
Sorry. You know what this is? This is like sad bar music. Like, this is like something my dad would listen to. And I love that. It definitely sounds like an old like acoustic ballad, a little bit of folk, a little bit of country. I really like this song a lot. I'm going to look up Paul Kim's version because this is the type of music I like to listen to. Kind of gets you in your feels a little bit sad, but also kind of sassy with like the country instrumentation of it. I don't know. I just made up a word. But yeah, I really like this.
줄기빛처럼 다가와
I would love it if he had an album like this. I would love that.
처음 내게 왔던 그날처럼 모든 날 모든 순간 함께해.
Oh no, is this my favorite one? I don't know. That might be my favorite one. I really loved that. Oh, I don't know. I also really liked Gift. They're all my favorite, okay? I love Chen so much. Man, okay. All right. All right, next up is Cherry Blossom Love Song. This is from 100 Days My Prince, also known as the best K-drama that has ever existed. Kyungsoo, Won Duke, Penguin Prince. I love this K-drama. I've seen it probably 3 or 4 times now. So I'm sure I'm probably going to recognize the song if they played it in the actual show. If they didn't play it in the show and it was just on the soundtrack, then I'm not going to recognize it. But this is Chen. This is the only video I think so far that has captions. It's also the most viewed video on the channel, so Dandanese are showing up. All right, let's go.
갈게요.
Yep, I recognize it right away. Such a pretty song.
이토록 아름다웠던 달빛이었던가 아득히 깊어진 밤이면 숨었던 그리움 고개를 드네 지키지 못한 약속들이 별들처럼 떠다니 긴 밤에 불어온 바람 그대 숨긴 것만 같아 괴로웠다 스쳐가는 바람에 내게 떨어지는 벚꽃잎은 그댈 닮아 이리 쓸쓸한가 가래된 상처보다 더 깊게 하려
I love this song.
새긴 가슴 모든 게 불편하기만 잊고 싶던 기억들
There's not as much to talk about, there's not as much to talk about like vocally as far as vocal performance, because this song is very much like it's like a storytelling song. It's a whole experience. It's not really about the vocal delivery, although he's doing an amazing job. Oh, the cherry blossom tree. Oh! Okay, that is something I want to talk about. This is the first time I've seen him open his mouth that much. And I was going to say something, but I didn't want to because, like, he's still able to get a really good, really clear sound. But he's not opening his mouth as much as I would typically like. But for this big note, he opens it quite a bit. And typically you want to have a very wide open mouth, and it just really makes that sound so good. Also, the lyrics are super sweet. It's like telling a story of the show, like meeting each other under the cherry blossom tree, and then like nighttime comes and then they get separated, and oh my god, I love 100 Days My Prince so much. But keep an eye on his mouth, like how open it is, especially when he gets to that sound. I think it's an A vowel, but it's very round, it's very open, the widest and most open I've seen his mouth so far, and it just gives it a very rich, very full sound. I noticed a lot of times Chen likes to kind of have like a more clenched sound, and that works for him because he a lot of times he has like a little rocker edge, but I like seeing him be more open. It's more of like it's just more like a classical approach, wide open vowel. Yeah. He could have opened a little bit more if he wanted to. Oh my gosh, he just sounded like Kai there. Listen to that one phrase, it sounded like Kai. Doesn't that kind of sound like Kai? Am I the only one who hears that? Oh, I love this song. And that one doesn't have a resolution. You're just kind of left hanging with that song. It's very fitting, very fitting. I love that so much. This is it. We're on to the last song, which is a cover of Sorry. Oh my god, what if it was Super Junior? Sorry. That would be interesting. It is a cover of Sorry by Yang Da-il. My Korean pronunciation is awful. I apologize. But that's it. After that, I'll probably wrap up, give you my thoughts. This video is seriously like an hour and a half long. I apologize. All right, shout out to the people who made it this far. The final song. I gotta go back and timestamp every single song. If anybody wants to do that for me, I'll pin your comment. I just hate going through an hour and a half long video. This song starts here. This song starts here. Because then people skip ahead and they don't watch the full video. But it's also helpful, like as a viewer, if you don't care. But like you should watch the whole video because like I talk about random little vocal techniques and you might miss it if you don't. Anyway, doesn't matter. Watch it however you want to watch it. This is your viewing experience. It's just my channel. You can do whatever you want. But I hope you're enjoying this video. This is Sorry. Let's go. Oh, this is the first video he ever posted, I think, and he is looking handsome.
미소 짓던 그 표정이 시도 때도 없던 입맞춤이 주고받던 연락들이 아쉬움 가득한 헤어짐이
It's a breakup song.
쌓여서 너의 모든 게 어쩔 수 없는 걸 알면서도 놓을 수 없는 걸 아쉬움에 더는 너를 불러봐도 어떤 감정도 느껴지질 않아 그저 남아있을 뿐인 걸
His voice. Whew.
차가워진 그 표정이 시도 때도 없는 다툼들이 주고받던 상처들이 가끔은 미안한 마음들이 긴 시간 쌓여서 너의 모든 게
Oh, that was so pretty.
남아있질 않아 어쩔 수 없는 걸 알면서도 놓을 수 없는 걸 아쉬움에 더는 너를 불러봐도 어떤 감정도 느껴지질 않아 그저 남아있을 뿐인 걸 매일 그리던 네 모습도 더는 그려지지 않아 더는 널 원하지 않아
Ooh, key change.
어쩔 수 없는 이 마지막도 놓을 수 없는 네 모습조차 더는 내겐 의미도 없어
I think those are the highest notes he's done so far in this whole video, and it was very beautiful. Very beautiful, obviously, but it was very powerful. It was a very chest heavy mix. He's in his mixed voice, but it's very chest heavy, very powerful, very full. It's not thin at all. Very rich, and still a little bit clenched. Like he still could open it up a little bit more. His jaw's not open as wide as it could be. That doesn't even matter because he sounds amazing. He sounds incredible.
더는 내겐 의미도 없어
And then the vibrato.
이뤄왔던
That's how you know that it's a healthy sound, it's controlled. He's able to add the vibrato at the end. You can't get vibrato if there's a ton of tension. Vibrato is the result of the vocal cords kind of like vibrating together, which can only happen with a relaxed, good technique, right? So even though it sounds a little bit forceful, even though it sounds pretty loud, he's still using good, healthy technique. He's able to get that vibrato at the end. He's just
일처럼 느껴져
amazing.
이제 말해야 할 것 같아
Ooh, very classic piano sound. It's a very classic chord structure there. And there's no resolution. I love that. Because it's just kind of like a breakup song, like it happened, and then at the end, the final chord doesn't resolve. Usually at the end of a song, the chord will resolve, and it kind of just leaves you feeling like, happy, the final chord resolved. And in this case, it's just left open and just kind of just leaves you wondering what happened next. And then Chen is just like, I love that. I love that. I love that. That was the first video he posted on here too. I do have to say the videos got better. Like, I reacted to them in reverse order. I reacted to the newest one first. That was the oldest one. The newer ones are more produced. They are more polished. I like the older ones because there's a little bit less like production involved and it's just his voice and he's just handsome. But I loved every single one of those. Those were all amazing. I love ChenTube so much. I would love it if all of the other members did this too. I'm sure it's a big commitment. You gotta have the vocal booth. You gotta have the sound engineer. You gotta practice all of the songs. You gotta learn them. You gotta meet with the vocal coach to work out the kinks and work through notes that you're struggling with. Like, just appreciate that Chen gave us all of this while working on 2 albums before going into the, like, so much content, right? This is like not, it's not an easy, it's not like he just showed up in the vocal booth and just recorded it and then left. No, I've heard stories and I've reacted to videos of people saying Chen is a perfectionist. He finished recording a song, he would come back the next week and be like, no, it wasn't good enough, I need to do it again. So I imagine it probably took twice as long for him because he's a freaking perfectionist cutie pie. Best male vocalist in K-pop. In my opinion, based on the people that I've heard. You have to realize, like, EXO's my alt group. Obviously, I'm going to be biased. Obviously, I'm still fairly new to K-pop. There's tons of groups I haven't reacted to, so who knows? There might be other groups that have vocalists on Chen's level, but that's not what this video is about. This video is a Chen appreciation video. I analyzed his vocals. It was really freaking long. I think we're over an hour and a half right now. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's going to be a while before I do another video like this because it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot out of me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. This was Chen Week, day 4. I think we might just do 5 days. I'm not sure. We might do 7 days. It just depends on my energy level. Today is a good day, so I felt like recording a freaking hour and a half long video. But that's pretty rare. That's not every day. I don't know what's wrong. I'm just in a good mood today. And Chen just made me in a better mood. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye.